Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 10:16 a.m. on the 14th of September 2025, Sunday. By the gods, we're halfway through September already. Where's time flying? We've only got 3 months to go till the end of the year, and whatever's going on with Three Eye Atlas is supposedly going to happen in December, but the doomsayers and the weirdos and the prophets of negativity and oddness could be wrong. They've been wrong before, people have been. So what are we going to do? We're going to live happily ever after in our own little Titania's realm, where I don't live in your world. You live in mine, and we're going to enjoy my little birdies that I've put out in the garden, and we're going to read wonderful stories from wonderful authors, and The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, and we're up to chapter 2 of Auli and Yavanna. I'm excited, are you? You should be excited, living in the realm of mythology, of ancient mythology, repurposed cleverly by J.R.R. Tolkien, and the realm of spirit and the realm of the fairy realms, the ancient gods. I prefer that to our modern contemporary society of sordidity and feckless cowardice and ugliness. I mean, there was ugliness in ancient worlds. We heard all about Melkor and how he turned everything to destruction. So I guess it's the way of the worlds. But there's magic and love and light and peace to co-create also. And if you're very, very good and very, very careful, sometimes there's angels in the architecture, just tweaking our spirits a little bit, gently shunting us along and gifting us enlightenment, and if not enlightenment, at least lighten us up a little bit. Some of us who've been through too much trauma get stuck in these little hell loops of depression, oppression, suppression, compression, stymied and stifled by false and feckless humanoids, and then we get a little bit wrathful, people. We could almost become Melkor if we ran with it, but nay, we must keep equilibrium and balance and understand yin and yang, love and light, darkness and light, integrate our shadow and blossom again, blossom, bear strange fruits, emanate, glow, vibrate higher. Can I do it? I've been doing it for 60 years. Sometimes. Not all the time, because then I'd probably cease to be fully human, you understand, and that would be weird since I'm still cohabiting with this physical body, physical human earthling body. I haven't weighed myself because I've been terrified to weigh myself because, fatness. I just want to show you people that I'm a bit pleased because when this dress was given to me about 6 or 8 months ago by Avril down the road, it's very kind of her, she gave me some lovely clothes, it didn't fit me at all. It's a tiny bit tight, like it could be a little bit more, say in French, légère, but it's not gulping into me, and maybe a bit at the back, but I can fit this dress, and I'm surprised. because when it was gifted to me, it didn't fit at all. Like I couldn't even get it over my bulk. And I hung it up on I hang my clothes on my spare bed, which is a full metal four-poster bed. I use it as a wardrobe now. Hang a lot of my clothes up there because I don't have room in my little wardrobe in my bedroom, and so I've expanded outwards, and fortunately I have the spare room to do that, and no one ever stays over, so I've got this lovely little bed, a fairly new mattress that I bought with my inheritance 13 years ago, just a cheapy one, just to use as suitable for a spare bed if guests come over. And now it's a walk-in wardrobe, which wasn't my intention for that bed. But anyway, having said that, it serves a dual purpose. And anyway, that's the only thing is my bra shows. I don't like that too much. But anyway, so I hung this dress up, and I thought, I'll probably never fit it. I'll give it another go one day, and if not, I'll hand it on to charity because it's a brand new dress, hasn't been worn. Today I looked at it, and I don't know what came over me, people of it. I just had a shower and washed my hair. I looked at this dress a few days ago too. I thought, nah, I've put on so much weight. I've been nothing but eat chocolate. You know, lately, since I got sick, I've eaten a lot of chocolate and things that aren't all that good for the figure. And surely I will have put on a lot of weight. But I don't know if I probably have put on weight, but it's redistributed in such a way that the dress actually fits me now. So it's astonishing. But astonishing, people of it. So I'm still too scared to go and weigh myself, because if I weigh myself and find out that I'm deluding myself and I haven't lost any weight at all, I'll get upset with myself. But I'm just pleased that I can wear this dress today. Actually, I've already shown you, but it's hard to see. It's got like a drop waist, sort of like a 1920s style, a bit of a fullish skirt, and look, you know, it doesn't look too shabby. Brand new dress, never been worn, and here's me thinking that I was too fat for it. Because I remember when I tried it on, I could hardly get it over my shoulders, because I carry a lot of weight on my back, because I'm a warrior goddess. I carry burdens, spiritual burdens that most of you fortunately will never endure, because I'm sort of shaman. Oh my goodness, look at this, look at this. I'm a shaman, I say. I look up and there's my little daughters. Can you see it? Can you see it? Hello! The male pale-headed Rosella is putting in a visit again. My goodness. They have never been like so close to us before. I've seen them many times lived here for 22 years and 4 months. I've seen them many times over these, but they've never come close like this, visiting the garden just like the lorikeets used to, or still do on occasion. I don't know what's going on with that, why this pair of birds has chosen to come and bless us with their camaraderie and presence. It must be the fairy realms, the fairies sending them as messengers of joy and delight. I'm going to film them while we're filming. I'm going to try and film him on my iPhone because he's a cheeky little birdie. It's a shame I'm not outside. Here he is. He is a beautiful bird. He really is. He's flown on top of the cages. He's peering down at my little cockatiel and Indian ringneck. Oh, I'm not filming him. What you doing, cheeky boy? Have you come to visit my boys? You are so beautiful. absolutely stunningly beautiful. My little cockatiel is going insane. Yes, that is a pale-headed Rosella, although that one's not that pale-headed. He's got bright red on the top of his head. My goodness. So you see, living at Sacred Space in my world, and Titania as well, under the auspices of Queen Titania and King Oberon, he's sending me another king of the bird realm, because this is definitely a male pale-headed Rosella. The king parrots haven't been back for a long time, but they were here for 3 weeks after Charlie's death, almost daily. I took that as a sign. Oh, you're singing to me. You gonna sing a song? Honestly, you cannot be happy when you have such, he's moved, where's he gone? When you have such beauty all around you, and he's gone. Well, there you go, my people of Earth. Magic happens at Sacred Space. My boy's doing all a bit nonplussed. Right, we'll post that up. Yes, he's definitely flown away. Oh, well, you know what? That was a lovely interlude. A video within a video within a video. How many dimensions can we exist in at one time on planet Earth? With the help of technology, several. But astonishing, isn't it? It really is. Let me just post that because it's silly and nonsensical, but it makes me happy.
He's peering down at my little cockatiel and
Here we go.
not filming him.
Right.
What you doing, cheeky boy?
You can watch that later if that interests you.
You are so beautiful.
Why can't it go next?
Absolutely stunningly.
Sometimes I have trouble uploading videos. Ah, here we go. So there you go, people of Earth. A video within a video within a video. And it's a bit silly. He's such a pretty bird though. All those colours. Astonishing. Sorry, I'm just putting some hashtags on it. Distracted. Distracted when I'm wanting to read you all stories. But you'll tolerate my bad behaviour, won't you? Because some of you find me amusing and kind of adorable in my crazy ways. Right, here we go. No, I want to upload it. Right, here we go. Now we will get serious, because we must get serious, unless he comes back. I just find that beautiful, and I love how he was singing to my birds, and they're like, what? What? He's a gorgeous boy. And he doesn't come with the food. He's got no interest in any food I put out. So he's not a using parasite like I tend to attract with the male gender, which I abhor users and parasites. No, he's a lovely, lovely little friendly little boy, just came to sing to us. Gorgeous, isn't it? I wonder if it really is the fairies' influence though, because, as I say, I've never had those birds come and interface with me and my birds before, not even when Charlie was alive. had Charlie here for 8 years, free ranging. We never had any real encounters with the power-headed lorikeets. They always, or rosellas rather, they always kept away from us. Although we developed a relationship with the king parrot, because every time we were out in the garden and he arrived in the garden, I would scream out, "Look, Charlie, our king is here." And one time he even flew over my head and gently tapped me on the top of my head, on my crown chakra, with his little feet, and kept flying, and then sat up on the eaves and just laughed at me. Anointed by the king parrot was kind of an anointment too, in a way, an acknowledgement. And then they came for weeks and weeks. I actually reviewed one of those videos I made when they were visiting after Charlie's transition into the light, and it was just gorgeous, really gorgeous. So there you go. Life is beautiful. Be in it. Be amongst souls, sometimes non-human souls, that vibe with you, and just let the rest go on their journeys to whatever journey they're on. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I can hear bells ringing. Must be the boys' cages. They're not ringing their bells though. Well, maybe it's just the vibrations. They're moving around in cages. It's quite loud though, wasn't it? From outside, coming through the window. Well, Chapter 2 of Auli and Yavanya. It is told that in their beginning the dwarves were made by Auli in the darkness of Middle Earth, for so greatly did Auli desire the coming of the children to have learners to whom he could teach his lore and his crafts, that he was unwilling to await the fulfillment of the designs of Iluvatar. And Auli made the dwarves even as they still are, because the forms of the children who were to come were unclear to his mind. No, I hear bells again. I did. Fairy magic is at hand. And because the power of Melkor was yet over the earth, and he wished therefore that they should be strong and unyielding. But, fearing that the other Valar might blame his work, he wrought in secret, and he made first the 7 fathers of the dwarves in a hall under the mountains in Middle Earth. And now Iluvatar knew what was done, and in the very hour that Auli's work was complete, and he was pleased, and began to instruct the dwarves in the speech that he had devised for them, Iluvatar spoke to him, and Auli heard his voice and was silent. And the voice of Iluvatar said to him, "Why hast thou done this? Why dost thou attempt a thing which thou knowest is beyond thy power and thy authority? For thou hast from me as a gift thy own being only, and no more. And therefore the creatures of thy hand and mind can live only by that being, moving when thou thinkest to move them, and if thy thought be elsewhere, standing idle. Is that thy desire?" and kind of that they were golems or chess pieces and that their own independent soul, spirit or innovating life force, but like zombies. Come home to yourselves, people of worth. Well, people of worth too, but people of earth. Awaken, arise and shine in thine own fractalized divinity, children of gods and men. Shine bright like diamonds, and never ever let the bastards grind you down. Lamati has spoken. And when you love, love truly and completely and wholesomely and honouringly, or don't bother at all wasting the time. Beautiful women. And men sometimes aren't loved in healthy, respectful ways too. It is what it is. Goes both ways. Let's be fair here. But today we had the pale-headed Rosellas. Today is going to be a good day, people of Earth. It's already a good day. Happiness. Then Ali answered, I did not desire such lordship. I desired things other than I am, to love and to teach them, so that they too might perceive the beauty of Ea. I hear that bell again. You know what? It's me. It's the bell and... Bloody hell. It's the bell and... Right. Not going mad. It's the bell in Kermie's cage. My falls, are not even since we had that little earthquake, and it's reacting to the vibration. The bells, the bells! It's not fairies after all, it's physics. Oh, how boring. It was more fun when I thought it was fairies, just saying. By the gods. Life has to be so humdrum and boring and materialist and bland. Well, I'm not having it. I'm going to wriggle and make the bell ring. There we go. Okay. Caught myself out in my own magic and wonderment. Sometimes you've just got to have a bit of fun before you die of mediocrity and boredom, people. Mediocrity and boredom. Paint all your houses grey and beige and soulless and ugly. What other perfect way than to slowly kill the creators and the artists and the lovers of beauty, and to turn our world ugly and soulless and plastic and artificial, fake. Fire upon them. Fire upon them all. I don't live in your world. You live in mine where I get confused by my own bells. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it? I'm not psychotic. I did actually hear a bell and it was actually ringing. I had to jiggle a bit to get it to rinse and repeat. Well, there you go. Maybe that's what attracted the little power-headed Rosella. You just don't know, do you? I must buy another stainless steel bell. I need two more. One for Bo's outside cage, and one I put out for the wild birds to play with as well, because I brought it in for my boys. But when Charlie was alive, I bought an extra bell for the wild birds, because I one time caught kookaburra ringing my little terracotta bell, actually ringing on it with his beak dinging on it. So I thought, oh, that's lovely. So I bought him a lovely stainless steel bell. I didn't play with it. Ironic, isn't it? Well, it's just, again, one of those moments in time that are odd and unusual but delightful and magical. Sometimes it's a message. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Be fully awake and embodied in your own flesh suits. Well. Right. Ali is explaining why he made dwarfs. So that they might too perceive the beauty of Ea, which thou hast caused to be. For it seemed to me that there is great room in Arda for many things that might rejoice in it, yet it is for the most part empty still and dumb. By dumb he means mute, not as in dumb as in slang word for ignorant. And in my impatience I have fallen into folly. Yet the making of things is in my heart from my own making by thee, and the child of little understanding that makes a play of the deeds of his father may do so without thought of mockery, but because he is the son of his father. But what shall I do now, so that thou be not angry with me forever? As a child to his father, I offer to thee these things, the work of the hands which thou hast made. Do with them what thou wilt. But should I not rather destroy the work of my presumption? Then Ali took up a great hammer to smite the dwarves, and he wept. But Iluvatar, excuse me, but Iluvatar had compassion upon Ali and his desire because of his humility. And the dwarves shrank from the hammer and were afraid, and they bowed their heads and begged for mercy. And the voice of Iluvatar said to Ali, Thy offer I accepted even as it was made. Dost thou not see that these things have now a life of their own and speak with their own voices? Else they would not have flinched from thy blow, nor from any command of thy will. Then Ali cast down his hammer and was glad, and he gave thanks to Iluvatar, saying, May Eru bless my work and amend it. It's interesting he chose the name Eru for the great supreme being, because Eru is the name of Ireland. Eru is a goddess of the ancient Celtic Irish Gaels, I guess. I wonder if it's deliberate or whether he just chose it randomly. So kookaburra fly past. Here we go, singing. But Iluvatar spoke again and said, Even as I gave being to the thoughts of the Ainur at the beginning of the world, so now I have taken up thy desire and given to it a place therein. But in no other way will I amend thy handiwork, and as thou hast made it, so shall it be. But I will not suffer this, that these should come before the firstborn of my design, nor that thy impatience should be rewarded. They shall sleep now in the darkness under stone, and shall not come forth until the firstborn have awakened upon earth. And until that time thou and they shall wait, though long it seem. But when the time comes, I will awaken them, and they shall be to thee as children, and often strife shall arise between thine and mine, the children of my adoption and the children of my choice. Then Ali took the 7 fathers of the dwarfs and laid them to rest in far sundered places, and he returned to Valinor and waited while the long years lengthened. Then Ali took, we read that. Since they were to come in the days of the power of Melkor, Ali made the dwarves strong to endure. Therefore they are stone hard, stubborn, fast in friendship and in enmity, and they suffer toil and hunger and hurt of body more hardily than all other speaking peoples, and they live long, far beyond the span of men, yet not forever. Aforetime it was held among the elves in Middle-earth that dying the dwarves returned to the earth and the stone of which they were made. Sounds a bit like trolls too in Norse mythology. Yet that is not their own belief. For they say that Ali the Maker, whom they call Mahal, cares for them and gathers them to Mandos in halls set apart, and that he declared to their fathers of old that Iluvatar will hallow them and give them a place among the children in the end. Then their part shall be to serve Ali and to aid him in the remaking of Arda after the last battle. They say also that the 7 fathers of the dwarfs return to live again in their own kin and to bear once more their ancient names, of whom Durin was the most renowned in after ages, father of that kindred most friendly to the elves, whose mansions were at Khazad Dum. Khazad Dum. Now when Ali laboured in the making of the dwarfs, he kept his work hidden from the other Valar, but at last he opened his mind to Yavanna and told her of all that had come to pass. I like that. Opened his mind to her. Communicators, people of Earth, should try it sometime. Telepathic or verbal, visual, however it works for you. Communicate. Lack of communication causes confusion and misunderstanding and ultimately enmity. Foolish indeed that is and was and always shall be. Open hearts and open minds. Then Yavanya said to him, Eru is merciful. Now I see that thy heart rejoiceth, as indeed it may, for thou hast received not only forgiveness, but bounty. Yet because thou hidest this thought from me until its achievement, thy children will have little love for the things of my love. They will love first the things made by their own hands, as doth their father. They will delve in the earth, and the things that grow and live upon the earth they will not heed. Many a tree shall feel the bite of their iron without pity. But Ali answered, That shall also be true of the children of the Luvatar, for they will eat and they will build. And though the things of thy realm have worth in themselves, and would have worth if no children were to come, yet Eru will give them dominion, and they shall use all that they find in Arda, though not by the purpose of Eru, without respect or without gratitude. Not unless Melkor darken their hearts, said Yavanya. And she was not appeased, but grieved in heart, fearing what might be done upon Middle-earth in days to come. Therefore she went before Manwë, and she did not betray the counsel of Ali, but she said, King of Arda, is it true, as Ali hath said to me, that the children, when they come, shall have dominion over all the things of my labour, to do as they will therewith? It is true, said Manwë. But why dost thou ask? For thou hadst no need of the teaching of Ali. Then Yavanya was silent and looked into her own thought. And she answered, Because my heart is anxious, thinking of the days to come. All my works are dear to me. Is it not enough that Melkor should have marred so many? Shall nothing that I have devised be free from the dominion of others? BB, the scrub turkey's here. BB short for bastard buzzard. Hello? Hello? He looks right through my window at me. And how are you this morning, sir? Going about your business? Creating havoc in the garden? Honestly, he loves me, that bird, he really does. He's a trickster and mischievous, sometimes very annoying. If thou hadst thy will, what wouldst thou reserve? Asked Manwë. Of all thy realm, what dost thou hold dearest? All have their worth, said Yavanna, and each contributes to the worth of the others. Even that annoying turkey. Harmonic resonance at sacred space. I saw him, yesterday, chasing all the other turkeys out of our garden. He really does think he's king of the roost here. Very bossy indeed. But I was kind of grateful because if all the turkeys come creating havoc, it'll drive me a bit insane, people of Earth. I'll start hearing bells when there are none. There he goes, about to jump the fence. All have their worth, and each contributes to the worth of the others. But the Kalvar can flee or defend themselves, whereas the Olvar that grow cannot. And among these I hold trees dear. Long in the growing, swift shall they be in the felling, and unless they pay toll with fruit upon bough, little mourned in their passing. So I see in my thought. Would that the trees might speak on behalf of all things that have roots, and punish those that wrong them. This is a strange thought, said Manwe. Yet it was in the song, said Yavanna. For while thou wert in the heavens, and when Ulmo built the clouds and poured out the rains, I lifted up the branches of great trees to receive them, and some sang to Iluvatar amid the wind and the rain. Then Manwe sat silent, and the thought of Yavanna that she had put into his heart grew and unfolded, and it was beheld by Iluvatar. Then it seemed in the stillness that we're going to get rain. Rain wasn't forecast today. Honestly, people are there. Then it seemed to Manwe, trust the science, not. Then it seemed to Manwe that the song rose once more about him, and he heeded now many things therein, that though he had heard them, he had not heeded before. And at last the vision was renewed, but it was not now remote, for he was himself within it. And yet he saw that all was upheld by the hand of Iluvatar, and the hand entered in, and from it came forth many wonders that had until then been hidden from him in the hearts of the Ainur. Even my birdie boys are sitting waiting, as if waiting for something to shift in the atmosphere. Goodness me. Don't worry, boys. The sun will keep shining. It's just a bit of a cloudy interlude like we had yesterday. Then Manwe awoke and he went down to Yavanna upon Ezelohar, and he sat beside her beneath the two trees, and Manwe said, O Kementari, Eru hath spoken, saying, do then any of the Valar suppose that I did not hear all the song, even the least sound of the least voice? Behold, when the children awake, then the thought of Yavanna will awake also, and it will summon spirits from afar, and they will go amongst the Kelvar and the Olvar, and some will dwell therein, and be held in reverence, and their just anger shall be feared. For a time, while the firstborn are in their power, and while the second-born are young. But dost thou not now remember, Kementari, that thy thought sang not always alone? Did not thy thought and mine meet also, so that we took wing together like great birds that soar above the clouds? That also shall come to be by the heed of Iluvatar, and before the children awake, there shall go forth with wings, like the wind, the eagles of the lords of the west. Then Yavanna was glad, and she stood up, reaching her arms towards the heavens. And she said, High shall climb the trees of Kementari, that the eagles of the king may house therein. But Manwe rose also, and it seemed that he stood to such a height that his voice came down to Yavanna, as from the paths of the winds. Nay, he said, only the trees of our Li will be tall enough. In the mountains the eagles shall house, and hear the voices of those who call upon us. But in the forests shall walk the shepherds of the trees. Then Manwe and Yavanna parted for that time, and Yavanna returned to Auli, and he was in his smithy, pouring molten metal into a mould, which, by the way, is great fun. Eru is bountiful, she said. Now let thy children beware, for there shall walk a power in the forests whose wrath they will arouse at their peril. Nonetheless, they will have need of wood, said Auli. Pardon me. And he went on with his smith work. So now we come to chapter 3, and we're only 49 minutes in, and I could continue reading. But I won't. I decided just now on a whim. Let's savour this lovely book, one chapter at a time, one day at a time. Sweet Moses. My Jewishness is slipping every now and then, you understand. daughter of the Holy One in all manifestations, daughter of the gods, perhaps even adopted daughter of the fairy realms, although that can be a bit frightening, people of Earth. And Titania's realm is a great and mighty realm indeed, and I am a mere mortal, so we won't push that too far, just say. But what would Titania, Tatiana and Oberon make of this current paradigm of humans and earthlings and weird anti-humanist scientists that want to turn us all into cyborgs? I wonder what they would make of that and what destruction they would wreak to prevent it from happening, people. That's something to think about, isn't it? The fairy want our planet preserved, not just for their dimensionality, but for our Earth to remain physical and bounteous and flowing with milk and honey and beautiful trees reaching up to the mountains and the eagles and abundance, prosperity, flowering and blossoming and flourishing growth potentiates. Pretty sure that's what they would want. And creativity. The silversmiths to silversmith and the iron workers to ironwork and the metal makers to build from metal, the carpenters to build from select trees, not decimate the entire feckin' landscape, by the way, like they tend to do here. Evil that is. The fairies want us playing on the eternal summer lands, enjoying our bodies, minds, spirits and souls. And our birdies. Kermit's gone to sleep, tucked his head behind his wing, snoozing he is. I won't wake him up, let him be happy. What's the other one doing? Must be snoozing too. Can't see him. Oh no, he's awake, looking around. Listen to the dog barking in the distance. What you doing, little boy? You're a beautiful boy. You're a beautiful boy. Kimmy's asleep. He is asleep. Didn't even wake up when I called out to him. Oh well. Sometimes you just need a little snoozy poosy, don't you? Anyway, wherever we are, we're almost. The time is 11:10. We're almost at 11:11, which is the angel number sequences. We could chitter and chatter away until it's 11:11. Then we could all make a wish. Make a wish, people of Earth. Not yet, not yet, not yet. It's not 11:11 yet. Oh, it helps to be a bit mad, doesn't it? Helps to be a little bit mad. But yes, there's a real stillness in the garden. The excitement of that little bird that came to twitter to us. And now there's this almost eerie silence. It's odd. Here we go. 11:11. Make a wish. What do you wish for? I wish for, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin it. Right, there we go. I'm going to finish it there on a wish and a prayer. Blessed be from Titania's Realm, Sacred Space.